Hey, what's up and welcome back to this video tutorial. So in the last one we looked at how we could add these terrain layers. Now you can see here I've just added a little bit more materials here just for the sake of the scene, and it's nothing too special, just splashed on the rocks onto the side here. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing is looking at how we can add a foliage. So here's what we need to do. We need to go to view and then go down to concept browser, and I'm going to click all assets here, and what I want to do is just type in tree and just look for a tree. So I type tree, going to click static meshes, and you can see here it's going to give us the list of trees that we can use. So the one I'm going to use is going to be this one. So in order for this to work, we open up the foliage tool here, and you can see that we have the familiar options of the landscape tool. Oops. The landscape tool here. So these brushes and stuff are just the same, so you should be able to pick this up pretty quickly. So what we want to do to add some foliage on here is just simply left click and drag into this open area here, okay, and give it a second to load. First time you add it, it may take a few seconds to load. And then we scroll down and you can see we can present it with some options. So first of all, we got the density, okay, and this is going to affect how many trees are placed in one click. We have the radius, so we can increase the radius here. So I'd say probably the best thing to do is just click and add and then change the scales. So we've got density, I'm going to change this down to maybe 20. The one that's going to be probably of interest is going to be this min and max scale. So I'm going to set this down to say 0.5 to 1, and what this is saying is that the minimal scale 0.5 to 1. Okay, we're saying is the minimal scale is 0.5 and the maximum scale is 1, so it's going to create a differentiation in size here. With that said, there's those other options you can look at. You can play around with them yourself if you like. Okay, click it, make sure it's highlighted, hold the control key, and basically we can add these trees in here. So I'm just going to add them around this sort of path we've created here. Nothing too intense, and bring this around. Now you can see it's starting to lag, and I think that's because of that 100 density. Let me just close this concept browser so you can get a better look of what's going on here. Okay. So I think this density of 100 is a bit too much, so if I hold the Alt Control and Shift, we can remove these trees. And let's try this again. So my machine would be fine actually with this sort of density, but just for the sakes of the tutorial, let's make it much more workable. So I'm going to change this density down to say 5, okay, and add this in. There we go. That's probably going to be much better. Just adding these trees in here, okay, and we're more or less done. So we can add anything we like to this area. We can add rocks, or you know, just basically anything we want. We can add trees, vines, all that other stuff, and all we really need to do is go back to the content browser, and we can select anything we want. Say this. Actually no, let's look for something a bit different. Grass. Okay, and we can simply click and add this to the bottom. Okay, and give it a second to load. Okay, and with the grass selected, we can go down here and add the grass into this area. Give it a moment, and you can see that now we have grass here. That density is probably way above what we need. So let me just decrease this. Let's see. Okay, let's bring this down to 5, just like the trees, and apply just very quickly here. And so now you see we have this grass and the trees. So with that said, that's basically how we can add foliage to our level. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.